Now, it may seem hard to believe, but intimate partner violence is the second leading cause of workplace deaths among women. Author and family therapist Dolan-Del is here to explain. Now, Ken, I think this is something that people don't realize how much it impacts work when they're there. There's signs you don't really think to look for.
Well, the first thing I want to say is it's great that we're talking about this.
That's the first step.
Particularly as two men, because we're responsible, men are responsible for the vast majority of intimate partner violence. Just like white people are responsible for racism and need to take responsibility for that, it's great that we are talking about this as men, and it's great that we're talking about it because this is an issue that thrives in silence. So workplace violence, intimate partner violence in the workplace, or affects the workplace, because it steals at least $5.8 billion from American workplaces. Most of that's medical spend. And then it steals an enormous number of days of work. But it also is the starting place for about a third of workplace violence incidents. So it's very important for workplace leaders, everybody in the workplace, to pay attention to the signs.
Now, I want to clarify what that means. When you say it's just the third leading cause of workplace violence, and it comes from intimate partner violence, what does it actually mean? What does that translate to?
Well, what it means is that when there's violence taking place in a relationship outside, if the perpetrator of that violence knows where the victim works, has come to the workplace, there's a heightened likelihood that he may come to the workplace and attack her there.
Why is that? Why wouldn't they just do it at home where there's no one around? Well, I guess I'm trying to rationalize
it. When you think about it, the partner knows where she is. And if they've split up, he might not know where she is outside of work hours, but he's got a good idea where she might be during the day. And so that's why it's important for everybody in the workplace to know what this may look like at work. And so for the person who's being targeted, she may talk about it openly at work, or she may come to work and have lots of injuries. Say that she fell, or that she tripped and hurt her wrist. She may have a lot of absences. She may be receiving phone calls that are really distressing, make her very upset.
Right. So it's very important. How do we create this safe environment where they feel like, for me, I know I feel this at this place, this is my home away from home, this is where I am most of the day. So how do you create this environment where the person being targeted feels safe in this area?
Well, it has a lot to do with three things. The first is policy. It's important for the workplace to have a policy that says, we don't allow any kind of violence here. And part of that is we don't allow domestic violence. We don't allow stalking. We don't allow intimidation. Secondly, it's important to create a culture. And this is probably the main piece of what creates what you're talking about in terms of the feeling at work. We want to have a culture where everybody can feel safe all the time. They can talk about what they need to talk about. And the way you do that is you have lots of communications about the reality that intimate partner violence exists, the fact that if it happens here, if it happens to you, we're not going to see that as your responsibility. We're going to understand that this is something that befalls people through no fault of their own, and we're going to help you. It's not going to be the cause of punishment. It's not going to cause you to lose your job. We're going to get close to what's going on, and we're going to give you the best guidance. And the way to do that is to have a team who are very knowledgeable about how to help. And so usually that team involves a behavioral health clinician who understands workplace dynamics as well as interpersonal dynamics in the private world. It includes human resources. It may include security professionals or police professionals from outside. And those people getting together when it's learned that this kind of issue is happening can put their heads together, can get close to the person who's involved, can get close to their supervisor, and give the best guidance. The Corporate Alliance to End Partner Violence is an organization that serves businesses, helps them put together policies, large and small businesses. So if you're a small business, you don't want to think that this is only for major corporations. It can help you with a policy, can help you with developing that team. These are important resources. Now, I also want to say that because intimate partner violence happens to so many people, it's often being done by a worker while they're at work. So it may be the case that the person who's doing the intimate partner violence is calling their partner, yelling and screaming at them. They may be talking about their partner as though they are somebody who has to be supervised all the time. They may just talk about the fact that they hit her or that they hit him. Intimate partner violence happens in same-sex relationships too. Right. They're not immune. So if you see that happening, it's a cause for concern.
Definitely. And that's why I'm glad we were talking about it. To, like you said, create this culture where people can feel safe and propagate the right mindset, the right idea. So, Ken, thank you so much for coming on the show. I appreciate it.
Thanks very much, Dan.
If you want to see all this information again, it'll be on mymassappeal.com.